Greetings, everyone. Well, sorry if I sound a little nasally. It seems that I knew this was going to happen. It was only a matter of time. I caught Rosie's cold. Yeah. Plus, Annetta has a cold as well, and she stopped by and picked up Rosie, I don't know, about a week ago. And I guess somewhere in the midst of it, I caught one of their colds, and now I got it. Yeah. Fortunately, it hasn't been too bad. It's just a little bit of sniffles and stuff, and yeah. Now, as those of you who watched my January update a few weeks back will know, I didn't actually receive any DVDs or Blu-rays for Christmas, so obviously I wanted some. I mean, come on, I'm the Multimedia Chronicles guy, and I didn't get any DVDs or Blu-rays for Christmas? What's up with that? Yeah, so, well, not having a lot of spare cash lately, I decided to take matters into my own hands. Now, as those of you who visit my website will know, I've been in the Amazon Associates program for quite some time. It's a thing that Amazon.com has where if you have a website or a blog or whatever, you can put up product links or search boxes that take people through to Amazon, and you basically get a referral fee for that. Like you get a kickback if they buy something through Amazon through one of your links. So on my website I've got search boxes all over the place, and a lot of the Multimedia Chronicles episodes that are embedded there also have direct product links in the description. So you can literally buy whatever I'm reviewing through those product links, or you can search for them in the search box or what have you. So I've been doing that for a couple of years. So you'd think that I'd just be rolling in dough from, you know, oodles and oodles of referral fees over the course of that time. Well, sadly, no. So I was taking a look at how much I've actually earned over the past couple of years, and it really wasn't much. In terms of payment options, they basically give you a few different options. So if you're in the US and have a US bank account, you can actually set up direct deposit, and there's a pretty low minimum for that. I don't think there actually is a minimum, just whatever you made that month, they'll dump into your bank account every month, so that's pretty cool. But that's only for people in the US. Amazon.ca, the Canadian site, doesn't actually have an associates program. It's only through Amazon.com, so I'm kind of stuck using the US site and having to play by the US rules. So the only other option was to be paid by check. Now the problem with being paid by check is you have to earn a minimum of $100 before they'll send you a check. So I took a look at my grand total. You know how much I made over the course of a little over 2 years of doing the Amazon Associates program through my website and my blog and wherever else I can put up the links? $40.23. Woohoo! Yeah, try not to spend all that in one place, eh? So Amazon does give you a third option, namely to take your payment in the form of an Amazon gift certificate, or basically a code that you put in and it's like a virtual gift certificate. And I thought, well, I can still keep holding out for a check, and it'll take probably another 2 to 3 years before I actually hit that $100 minimum. Or I can take it as a gift certificate and treat myself to, you know, some DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever. So I switched the option over from check to gift certificate. And I did that, I don't know, I guess back in October or November. It takes a little while for the change to take effect because it doesn't take effect until the next payment cycle, which is the following month. So it turns out I ended up getting my $40.23 gift certificate during Boxing Week, right after Christmas. So Amazon had a ton of sales on, and it couldn't have been more perfectly timed. So I took that $40.23, headed on over to Amazon.com, and treated myself to a couple of Blu-rays, damn it. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It's Blu-ray update time. Finally, again, on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Okay, so what did we get? I didn't have a lot of options. Basically, fortunately, there was a lot of stuff on sale, so I was actually able to get a couple of pretty good ones. I could have got 3 if I'd just gone straight for like the hardcore sales items, maybe even 4 if I'd really stretched it a bit. But here's the thing, being in Canada instead of the US and ordering through the Amazon.com website meant I basically had to pay duty right up front during the order process. So yeah, that $40.23 didn't really go too far. Not as far as it would have if I lived in the US or if I was buying through the Amazon.ca site. So anyway, when all is said and done, I got 2. But I actually just got a care package in the mail from my mom today, which had another Blu-ray in it. So this will actually be a 3 Blu-ray update. Pretty cool. All right, so first off, this is a movie that I missed when it was in theaters, and everybody I know was talking about it and said it was really good, and that I should totally check it out. And I really wanted to because I thought it sounded great, but I just missed it. And then it came out on Blu-ray, but it was a new release Blu-ray, and you know, it's like 3 discs, so it was expensive. Normally it goes for about $30. Amazon had it on sale this week for about $17. I am, of course, talking about the latest film from Batman Begins and Dark Knight and Memento director Christopher Nolan, Inception. Check this out. And it is with the slipcover. And of course, buying it from the US site means there's no French on the cover. Yay! You know how much I hate that when they plaster all the French all over the cover for the Canadian releases. So this does, of course, have the slipcover. And there we go. And don't worry about spoilers for me anyway, because I have watched it. I could not wait to watch this. So we got, that's the main disc. This is the disc with the movie, and there's about 47 minutes of featurettes on there, which you can watch incorporated into the movie or on their own. Just spin this around here. Come on, spin. Ah, and then where are you going? Okay, there we go. So this disc is all special features, and this is the DVD version. There is a digital copy as well, but you have to download it. There's a code that you get with it to download it. So pretty cool. Comes with both the Blu-ray and DVD versions. I really enjoyed this a lot. I mean, I've always been fascinated by the whole idea of dreams and lucid dreaming and dreams within dreams and stuff like that. So this was a really cool idea to me, and I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought some of the sections of it were a little bit drawn out, a little more than perhaps they needed to be, but whatever. That's a very minor complaint. And I wouldn't even call it a complaint, really. It's just sort of an observation. But yeah, I really enjoyed Inception a lot, and I definitely recommend it. I'm not going to say too much, but essentially, if you don't know anything about it, think of it as a sort of espionage thriller set in the world of dreams. That, I think, is the best way to sum it up without really giving anything away. Very well done. It has stars Leonardo DiCaprio and what's his face, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which is great to see both of them doing stuff. And the phone is ringing, so I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Sorry, that was just Annetta's mom calling, wanted to see how Rosie was doing and stuff, and yeah, but Rosie's not here right now. She's, of course, off with her grandparents, and then she'll be spending the weekend with Annetta, so that gives me an opportunity to do some vids. All right, so where were we? Yeah, Inception, awesome. Check it out. Enjoy. Actually, one thing I wanted to mention is it seems to be, in terms of the content on the Blu-ray, it seems to be structured very similarly to how the Dark Knight Blu-ray was done, where you basically have about 45 minutes to an hour's worth of featurettes on the first disc with the movie that you can watch integrated into the movie in, like, what do they call it? They call it extraction mode. They always call it something different depending on the movie. So anyway, they call it extraction mode, but it's basically the same thing as the Dark Knight, where you can watch the featurettes integrated into the movie experience, or you can watch them independently on their own if you want, so it's entirely up to you. And then in addition to that, you have a really cool documentary actually done by Joseph Gordon-Levitt called Dreams, Cinema of the Subconscious. I really enjoyed that one a lot. That's about a 45-minute long documentary just all about dreams and lucid dreaming and stuff like that. And then you have Inception, the Cobalt Job, which is a comic prologue, which is done as basically a motion comic. One thing I found really odd about that is that, most motion comics are fully dramatized, like they actually have voice casts and whatnot to play the characters. But this one, it isn't. It actually just has music and sound effects, but no voices, so you actually read the dialogue and such. So it literally is like a motion comic. I mean, a proper motion comic, in that you actually read it as it's going along. So that's pretty cool. You got 5.1 soundtrack selections from Hans Zimmer's versatile score. 5.1. They kind of worded that strangely now that I look at it. It's like there's 5.1 soundtrack selections. So Does that mean we get 5 soundtrack selections and then a bit of one? No, of course they're talking about it's in surround sound, but they worded that awkwardly. Then you also got conceptual art, promotional art, and trailers and TV spots. So that's pretty cool. And then some really lame BD Live content. Project Somnacin confidential files. Access highly secure files that reveal the inception of the Dream Share technology. Yeah, I went on to BD Live and I couldn't find that. Like I went right through the link that they provide on the Blu-ray, and I couldn't find the content they were talking about. All I found was a bunch of trailers and shit. And I found, I think, a trailer for Inception, which was in crappy downloadable quality instead of the beautiful Blu-ray quality trailers that are actually on the disc. So it's like, well, that was pointless. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a rant about that at some point, because I've noticed, like, a lot of companies will have this exclusive BD Live content, but more often than not, it's stuff that they could have just put on the disc. And I'm like, why is this exclusive BD Live content? I mean, you need the Blu-ray in order to access this content in the first place, so why not just put it on the disc? You know? I just don't get that. It seems like they're really kind of wasting the potential of BD Live by having really lame content on there that doesn't need to be exclusive to BD Live. It's like they're doing it just to say that it's exclusive to BD Live, but really for no other good reason. Anyway. Alright, so the next one I got, this one was on sale for $7.99, and holy Moses, I could not pass this up. This is one of my all-time favorite, stop-motion animation fantasy epics, Jason and the Argonauts. Now, it probably looks like it's a remake because of the way they designed the cover, and they got the font that basically mirrors the recent Clash of the Titans remake. But no, this is the original, part of the Ray Harryhausen collection. Who is Ray Harryhausen? Oh man, if you don't know, you need to know. Ray Harryhausen is considered one of the greatest pioneers of stop-motion animation and visual effects alive. And he did a whole bunch of movies in the 60s and 70s. Clash of the Titans was actually his last movie. He retired after that. But what he's most noted for is doing like stop-motion creatures and mythological creatures and whatnot for a whole bunch of different action-adventure movies in the 60s and 70s. This is probably his most fondly remembered one. He also did a series of movies based on the adventures of Sinbad, which some of you have probably seen or at least heard about over the years. And a few of those are on Blu-ray. I'm really kind of holding out for the rest of the Sinbad ones because I grew up with those. But honestly, looking back, Jason and the Argonauts was one that I kind of missed out on for a long time and then didn't see until quite later. I saw a lot of the Sinbad ones growing up, but somehow this one slipped me by. But now, in actually looking back and seeing a lot of them again, I have to say this has become my favorite out of all of them. I think this is just a fantastic movie. It's based in Greek mythology, somewhat loosely, but for the most part, it hits all the right notes if you know the Greek myths. And if you're a fan of the original Clash of the Titans, like I am, these two make wonderful companions to each other because both are set in the world of Greek mythology, and they're the only two that Ray Harryhausen did set in that world. And what a perfect world for his stop-motion animation creatures. I mean, both of these. I mean, if you're a fan of Greek mythology, pick up both of these. They do, as I say, they do take some creative liberties with the original stories, but whatever. It's all about the fun, right? So inside you basically just have a basic case with some, some standard advertising material. But if you take the disc out here, you actually do have pictures from the movie inside the case. Just black and white pictures. It is a color movie, I should mention. And the phone is ringing again. I'll be back. Welcome back. Wow, it got dark since the phone rang. That was actually my mom calling. I received a package from her in the mail, which I think I mentioned earlier today, and not going to bother doing a package opening, just a care package from Mom. Plus, the package is already open, so it kind of defeat the purpose. Essentially, she sent a bunch of munchies like chocolate and peanuts and stuff like that, and a gift card for Shoppers Drug Mart, which is great because I can get cheap munchies and toiletries there, and a Blu-ray. And she also sent a lot of toothbrushes and toothpaste. So it's kind of funny. She sent like all these munchies and then toothbrushes and toothpaste. So it's like, enjoy all the chocolate and then brush your teeth. All right, so what were we talking about? Jason and the Argonauts. Yes, so anyway, great fun if you enjoy Greek mythology, and also if you like stop-motion animation. This is the one that has the skeleton warriors. There were skeleton warriors in previous movies, also done by Ray Harryhausen, but this was the first time there was like a whole bunch of them together. So there's like this absolutely spectacular fight scene where Jason and some of his buddies there fight off a whole bunch of skeleton warriors. Now, in terms of extras, boy, I tell you, for $7.99, this was a hell of a deal. In terms of extras, what do we got here? We got two commentaries. One with Ray Harryhausen and film historian Tony Dalton, and then another one with director Peter Jackson and visual effects artist Randall William Cook. So that's pretty cool. I've not listened to the commentaries yet, but definitely looking forward to both of those. I think it's pretty cool that they got Peter Jackson to do that, because he's sort of the big fantasy director now. Ray Harryhausen was the big fantasy guy then. While he didn't direct these, he did all the effects, and it's the effects that people remember from these ones. So anyway, it also includes original skeleton fight storyboards, interviews with Ray Harryhausen by John Landis, the Ray Harryhausen Chronicles, and the Harryhausen Legacy. Those last two extras alone are a couple of documentaries that equal about an hour and a half's worth of material. Sorry, just over the ear. There we go. And are just fascinating. One of them basically goes into the sort of life of Ray Harryhausen and how he got into doing stop-motion animation, with a lot of rare clips from his early movies. Like, he used to do a lot of shorts based on fairy tales and stuff, so I believe for the first time you actually get to see clips from those early movies, which is pretty cool, and to see sort of the beginnings. And then it has clips from all his other movies throughout, and it's just great stuff. So if you're a fan. And the other one is actually primarily interviews with other directors and special effects guys and filmmakers who have been influenced by Ray Harryhausen. So it talks about how they were influenced by his work growing up, and they share some of their personal experiences and what exactly influenced them about his work and stuff like that. So very cool stuff. So if you're at all a Ray Harryhausen fan like I am, this is totally a Blu-ray worth getting. The transfer quality on this is absolutely stunning. I mean, this is the way old movies should look. There is quite a bit of film grain, and you will notice right off the bat when there's been heavy compositing done, because whenever there's heavy compositing in a scene, you'll notice the color temperature gets a little darker. That's just a natural side effect of optical compositing, and that is accurate to the original film source. I suppose they could have brightened it up a bit, but that would have been tampering. I don't know. And maybe they tried, but it didn't look too good, so they just left it as is. I don't know. But anyway, this is easily the best I've ever seen Jason and the Argonauts look. There is beautiful natural film grain throughout, and lots of crisp, clean detail. The only time, as I say, that you lose a bit of quality is during the effect scenes, actually, because there's a lot of optical compositing in there, and just the very nature of optical compositing is you're using several generations worth of film overlaid and sandwiched together optically, and as a result you do lose some quality due to generation loss in that process. But that's just the nature of the beast. I mean, you're not really watching it for that anyway. You're watching it to enjoy the animation and the just wonderful artistry of this film. And as I say, if you like that, also be sure to pick up the original Clash of the Titans. To hell with the remake, pick up the original. Alright, last but not least, the one that Mom sent, one I've actually never seen, so no spoilers in the comments please, although I'll probably watch it before I post this video. The Butterfly Effect with Ashton Kutcher, that's right. I've never seen this. I have seen the trailers and I know the general gist of it, but I've never actually seen it. Now, I'm a big fan of time travel, just in general, and from my understanding of this movie, it seemed like a pretty cool take on the concept of time travel mixed with chaos theory. And yeah, I've been wanting to check this out for a long time. Nothing fancy on here. This is just a plain Jane. I think it's a Canadian Alliance release. Yeah, there is absolutely nothing on here for extras. We don't even get the trailer, at least according to the back. Inside we have this. If you're wondering about the, it's just the disc there. And then if you're wondering about that, it's actually a reversible cover. You can see it's the French version of the cover on the other side. Now see, that I don't mind. When they do that, they actually give you a reversible cover. So that way, if you're French Canadian, you can have an entirely French cover. And then if you're English Canadian, you can have an entirely English cover. Although even on the English, they do have a French paragraph of the description. And then do they have that on the... Yeah, and then on the French version they have the English paragraph below the French one. Yeah, so it's totally reversed. But, oh wait a minute, there is some French on there. Le Fête Papillon. Yeah, you can't read that because I'm too lazy to focus. Anyway, so there we go. So we got, just to sum up, Inception, awesome. Jason and the Argonauts, awesome. Clash of the Titans I've had for a while. And the butterfly... and the butterfly effect. Don't know if it's awesome because I haven't watched it yet, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Alright, I know there's a bunch of direct-to-video sequels. Probably not going to bother with those, because, you know, direct-to-video sequels tend to be crappy. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it from me to you for now. Blu-ray update. I'm going to try to get over this cold, and I'm actually off to do the Friday night chat room right after this. Just going to swing by Shoppers Drug Mart, use that new gift card to get some munchies. Alrighty, that's it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.